Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ring Post Radio. A little bit too loud in my ears. I'm your host, Ryan Knightsey, and with me, as always, the man, the myth, the legend, Scotty Edwards. Scotty, how are you doing on this fine, Tuesday night?
Yeah, it's Tuesday night. I mean,
We've done it again.
I feel how the night feels, kind of meh.
We've done it again. If I'm not mistaken, Scotty, we both got sick.
I was sick, but I could have gone because I shook it off by then. You, on the other hand, did not.
I had a migraine driving home from work on Wednesday, which, by the way, I don't know if you've ever had a migraine, Scotty, but my migraines, we've talked about this before in the podcast, have auras, which are the sort of blurriness you get. Driving a car while that's happening is not probably
Roman Reigns.
I probably shouldn't say it out loud. It's probably
I was gonna say I don't know if that's a good thing to admit, but hey, you do you.
And then I had one on Thursday as well, and then I was good. And then I woke up Sunday and had it immediately, like 10 minutes into being awake on like 7 a.m. or something on Sunday. And so I was like, well, I'm done. That's the day, folks. Can't do anything. It's a chance to wake up, watch some wrestling, turned on CMLL, and I was like, nope, this double DQ is blurry as all heck on my screen. So
this entire day is gone.
It's wiped off the face of the earth. So again, I will apologize for the delay in this episode, folks. Obviously, that is pretty much on me alone. So that is, Scotty was sick, but he could shake it off. I know Scotty could have shaken it off and done it. Me, I got no excuse. My brain was exploding.
Well, you couldn't. I was just saying, you couldn't probably look straight without being in pain. So,
but yeah, by 9 a.m. it was probably full on headache at that point. And I have my migraine medication and everything, but at that point it's like, I'm not gonna do a podcast. I can't stare at a screen.
No, absolutely not.
Terrible.
Unless you did a podcast with your eyes shut the whole time.
Which we could have, but even then, I don't think it would have been a good idea.
That would be entertaining.
Would have been something. I have acquired something in the meantime. So if you want to know, Scotty, the reason I think I have a migraine is because of allergies of my sinuses, not because of my deviated septum. This is all classic adulting. Because of my deviated septum, it's not releasing my sinuses enough. So what I've acquired, and I was using this right before we got onto the show. I took it off and to hide from you, I guess, because I was embarrassed. But now we're on the show, and I don't care about it anymore. I've acquired this in the meantime because I was upset. So part of the way you can get your sinuses to flush a little bit is like a hot, damp towel or something on your face, right?
Uh-huh.
I have acquired this. A heated face mask with eye holes that I can wrap around and record. And record the podcast if I so choose, with a heated face mask. It also came with a spray bottle, so you can fill up with water and dampen the inside.
Nice. Are you gonna do it
for the podcast?
Yeah.
If it gets dire, maybe.
Okay.
If my face starts hurting a little bit, I might be like, I'm gonna throw it on. I'm gonna be a fucking Zorro over here. So that's the podcast today. So thank you everybody for coming in.
See you guys. That was it.
No. Stay here. Shout out to Zach Minger, National Great American Pot Pie Day. Obviously, chicken pot pie is the goat. Pot
that's
pie.
An absurd day to be a day, by the way.
Yeah. Well, all days are absurd days to be days. Am I right, folks? Am I right? Does that make sense?
No.
Anyways, well, we have a show for you, and we're gonna keep it grooving and moving because we have a hard out here today for the old Scott.
That's fine. Edwards. I got something confused. We can do as long as we need to.
Oh, perfect. Well, then we'll go 4 hours. Because of course we're talking AEW All Out, which tend to go 7 hours. But of course we'll give some thoughts on WrestlePalooza, CMLL Anniversario, and I believe also New Japan Destruction Kobe is this Sunday as well. So there's something to look forward to. ... Question mark. So we'll get straight to it, Scottward.
Looking forward to, what'd you just call me?
Nothing. You were gonna say something?
Looking forward to a New Japan show. Not a real thing, but continue.
Yeah, well,
never mind. Ice is wrestling. We're back.
I was gonna say, wait till you see the card. I would judge from there, I guess, because I think you're Might be right. Anyways, let's talk about it. So there's a lot of things to talk about. Obviously, with AEW and WWE Wrestlepalooza. I want to start off with obviously AEW All Out because that I think
Shocked.
something that is more enjoyable of a conversation for both of us and could be more fun. So I say we go straight into that, Scotty.
I was really excited to talk about this show on Sunday. I'm not saying they did anything to lose my excitement. It's just been a couple days, so like I'm no longer like, oh, here we go. I'm like,
The 24 news cycle sort of like starts. Even if there's no news, it's just sort of like the brain starts resetting.
Like that show already feels like a week ago.
Yeah, I do understand what you're talking about. I do feel that a little bit as well. But I mean, I would say generally speaking, if we want to dive into the general speaking of the pay-per-view and our overall thoughts on the show, this was a show that like it's not necessarily a forgettable show by any means. Trust me, WrestlePalooza is around the corner. But like this was a show that was like there was some great stuff on here, but like there's nothing really that's on a Tuesday night, nothing that's really clear off in my brain. There's certainly spots and stuff, but
this might be my favorite AEW show of the year.
Holy shit! What a reversal! I fell into your trap card, good sir. Speak on that. Speak on that, King.
Well, I didn't watch it live, so maybe
that's number one. And then number one.
Yeah, so like I didn't watch 5 hours of wrestling in a row, so like that probably had a lot to do with it. I feel like I could naturally enjoy things just kind of as I went. Like I watched parts of it live, but not all of it, so I'd go back to it and so on and so forth. I don't know. I just thought it was really good. There were a lot of great matches and a lovely main event. And it just I thought embodied what All Out has set to be the standard of the show that maybe on paper isn't the best of the year, but always delivers every single time. Like I tend to agree. I feel like I can count on All Out more often than any other AEW pay-per-view to deliver.
I think that's a good feeling to walk away with.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool if like all the other shows would pick up the slack, but yeah, for sure.
Wembley has a little bit of that vibe, I think, for me.
Oh yeah, that first Wembley show gets you pumped to think back about.
Well, the vibes of that being the first Wembley show of 80,000 strong, that helps.
What's your favorite match from that show?
Was the Sting Darby tag coffin match on that show?
Yeah, with Christian and Swerve.
Yeah.
If that's your favorite match from that show, that says a lot. That's not a bad thing about that match. It's a bad thing about the rest of the show.
Well, the main event, we can move on. What else? What else is that? There was a 6-man tag with Ibushi, Page, and Omega. That was fun.
That did happen. Again, that's a trios match that you just named.
Yeah. What else? There was the FTR Young Bucks match. I remember that being a disappointment. But alas, my go-to standard right now is the Young Bucks FTR.
My favorite match,
for whatever reason, don't quite work.
My favorite match from that show is CM Punk versus Samoa Joe.
Yeah, I wonder why. I don't know. I wonder why that was blocked out of my mind.
It's the only match I remember besides the main event.
I remember the Jungle Boy hook match in the opener, the closer of the pre-show. I don't remember what it was. Anyways, well, we'll talk about him momentarily. Let's start off talking about
Continue.
Scotty's favorite AEW show of the year. Probably Scotty. There's a good shot of it being your favorite show of the year for AEW, at least. For the rest of the year, because we only have Wrestle Dream next month, and then I don't think there's anything
full gear.
Oh yeah, full gear. And then they got 3 more shots to beat it, Scotty. And there's
I can't remember any other show. I guess maybe All In. That's the only other one, probably off the top of my head.
All In was really solid. Great main event.
I don't have any memory of any other pay-per-view from AEW this year.
That's fair.
I remember Forbidden Door. I remember hating that show. If that helps.
For this argument, yes. I guess.
Whatever. Continue.
Let's get into All Out. Let's talk about Scotty's favorite AEW pay-per-view of the year so far. Let's start off with 100% his favorite match of the night. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage defeat FTR, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood, 18 minutes and 3 seconds, Scotty.
FTR.
How
That's
dare
how
you make
said
fun of my Ryan Seacrest voice?
FTR.
FTR.
This
robot it.
is all out.
This is Ring Post Radio. Anyways.
Yeah, so this is one of the matches I didn't see live, and I kind of just watched it on the side because I had so little interest in it.
Yeah.
Beth Phoenix showed up.
That is true.
Happened. This was this. So I saw someone tweet this was actually the official start of WrestlePalooza.
I do not, based off how the match played out, the producing of the match, the post match booking, 100% I agree.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. Okay, I'll start there. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it.
No, I think there are many reasons why I didn't love it. Number one is that they had a pretty solid feud, and honestly, Scotty, to no fault of their own, but the moment Scott, I was about to say Scott Dawson for some reason, the moment Dax Harwood got a broken nose and blooded up his nose, this feud became a blood feud, and this match did not live up to a blood feud. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was just a tag team match.
It was this
scheduled for one fall.
This is thank you. I appreciate that. I wasn't entirely sure, but it became a blood feud. But this match layout was meant to be the first of a series. And obviously
which
the post-match
no one thought going into was supposed to be the truth.
Exactly. Yeah. And obviously post-match, it's like, oh, this is going to become more of a blood feud and personal and all these sort of things. Like before, the idea was that like, this is a dream match between heels and faces. We set it up and we're going to have the match and just have a basic tag match. And then it's going to get personal, with Beth Phoenix afterwards. But because it became a blood feud with the nose break, it was just like, well, now it has to look like Mystico MJF, in my opinion, to a certain degree. We have to get to the blood very quickly, and instead it wasn't that. I did like it though.
Yeah, I wasn't as bad as like some people acted. Like it just was like it had its moments.
Yeah,
it had its moments.
Look, a great tag team with FTR and two solid wrestlers with, I would say, great minds. To a certain
great
degree.
wrestler in Christian Cage, and then Cope.
When I say to a certain degree of great minds, this match layout, Scotty, is insane.
Was him. It's him.
He kicks out of the FTR finisher move like 4 times and then pins him with one spear.
It's really funny watching like Edge since he's come back. Because like he's gone against everything that he used to do when he was a wrestler. Right? Like you kind of do all the like the new things, right? You kick out of finishers a lot, but you also just have like these boring matches at the same time. So it's like you I don't know. I just have always mostly been against the Edge and AEW thing, and I still feel right.
Yeah. There are moments where we get Adam Copeland, but I would also say by you saying his name over and over again, this was an Edge match for sure.
Well, I'm always going to call him Edge because I don't want to remember. Adam Copeland, I like even less somehow. So I hate Cope even more.
Yeah, we all do. The
era of Cope, stanky.
Yeah, but now we spin off. Beth was attacked post match, which, by the way, also speaking of post match, 100% I've seen this before in WWE. 100%.
Yeah.
Like, specifically with Edge getting handcuffed. And Beth taking a beating, like 100%. I've seen that before. Can't pinpoint it. Probably from Rhea Ripley or something. I don't know.
It's like a WWE spot, like just
100%
overall. Like it's not even just like these two. Like that's just a WWE spot specifically. That
I'm
mind
sure,
you, I didn't have much interest in seeing.
I'm sure Seth has done that with Becky at one point. I'm sure. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's a bad example because Becky's the man, and there's
CM Punk's going to do it with AJ Lee. In like
I was just about to say that. I'm sure that's going to happen. She's going to sell a spear like nobody's business, and then CM Punk's going to give the face. We all know the face. We all know the face. Yeah, it's a
all right,
WWE.
move on.
It's a WWE gimmick.
I don't
Very
need to
funny.
talk about Edge and Christian anymore. I'm remembering the rest of the show. I'm gonna.
Well, guess what? We'll see them more. We'll see them interact more in a future show. So we'll see how it goes. Next up, Eddie Kingston makes his return to wrestling, defeating Big Bill 7 minutes and 21 seconds. What went wrong here, Scotty?
This stunk.
Stunk.
This
Stunk of the building. It stinks that it stunk.
Yeah, it stinks that it stunk. This is like seeing these matches back to back would be like a good reason to have just shut off the show. Just be like, you know what? I'm gonna come back. I'll see you later. We'll refresh later.
Yeah.
What went wrong? I think the crowd stunk.
Yeah, we'll talk
about the crowd stunk, but they woke up for some things, thankfully. But they mostly stunk. What went wrong? Everything. Like everything that could have went wrong. It just wasn't a good match. Eddie's definitely rusty.
Yeah.
The finish was bad.
Yep.
The people didn't care outside of just Eddie being there.
Or rather, the execution of the finish.
Big Bill doesn't feel established enough for you to care. Did
he have a single match on TV?
I think he had one on like Collision or something, maybe.
Let's see.
Not that I didn't see it.
He wrestled Max Caster in 9/11. He wrestled Juice Robinson on
September 11th, and you felt the need to change that to 9/11.
Well, look, my job is to never forget. 8:30 is when he beat Juice Robinson. 8:20 he beat Mark Andrews. What? That squash match.
Clearly, you don't watch AEW television. You didn't know any of these things.
Well, basically, I don't know exactly when the build to Eddie Kingston started, but we're looking at Big Bill in Glasgow, Scotland. So that was right before All Out, right? So I'm going to assume not that. So we're looking at two matches, both in the 2300 arena, one against Juice at the end of August, and then one, 2 weeks later against Max Caster. And then that was the build. And then basically just like Twitter beefs, I guess. Just no one cared. No one cared. I didn't care. I didn't really care about this match.
It was Eddie back. And here's the thing about Eddie, right? The excitement of Eddie being back isn't the matches, it's the promos. Right?
Exactly.
And how did they build this match? Without Eddie cutting a single promo.
Agreed. A problem.
So it's great that he's back now. So he will be able to cut those promos. But that is a fascinating aspect of we did a match for him without building it with his own words.
Of course, shout out Dylan Murray in the chat. Ryan Knightsey, hashtag never forgets.
God. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot something.
We forgot what this. Oh, what is it? Oh, it's Ring Plus Radio Nights. Yeah, baby. Give me that smooth bass line. The flute. I don't know why I'm doing guitar. It's a flute. I think it's like this.
It was a guitar, and now it's a flute.
Is there even a guitar in here? There's a bass.
Maybe it's a cello.
It's 100% a bass guitar. What are you talking about? Cello. Should be a cello.
Should be a cello. Your fault. You made it.
I did make that. Well, the thing also with Eddie Kingston is that we're spinning off Eddie Kingston into what appears to be a tag team with Hook, who made the save afterwards. And now we're going to see Hook and Eddie Kingston against Big Bill and Brian Keith for sure at some point.
Who cares about Hook? Who cares? Well, besides him.
Tony Khan?
Taz's wife?
Hook's mother? Hook's girlfriend?
No, I'm good. I'm good on Hook.
Yeah, I'm good on Hook. And we move away from the ops and give him a big bad that can talk and move him into a tag team with Eddie Kingston, a big bad that can talk. And
there's worse spots for him.
Yeah. And look, if I said this to you, is that look, if Eddie Kingston is rusty, which he 100% is, a tag team with Hook is not a bad spot in the meantime.
No, it's Hook.
Yeah. That's the problem.
Right. Yeah. Oh well.
He's Hook, more like Anchor. Is that something? Is that anything?
I'm not sure. You know what? If it makes you happy, yeah.
Thank you. Tables and tax match is next. Mark Briscoe defeats MJF, 19 minutes and 21 seconds. This match, didn't know necessarily what to expect here, But as soon as they all come out wearing
tables.
The tables, and the tables, the tape surrounding all their wrists and everything, like a death match, and then basically coming out, Mark Briscoe immediately dumps thousands of tacks all throughout the ring. All right, I now know what I'm going to get into, and it was worth it. This match I thought was really, really good, really fun, great even. I enjoyed the work here. I thought Mark Briscoe and MJF did a great job.
MJF had 2 good matches in a week.
Whoa, MJF praise from Scotty.
I haven't even seen the other one. I'm just going based off people's comments.
Well, what if I told you it's probably better than this match?
I heard it was better. I didn't want to assume.
Yeah.
But this was, this was really good, and we're gonna give most of the credit to Mark Briscoe. So, that's only right because that's what we do. But Mark Briscoe finally won.
Yes,
that's what made the match reach as high a level, I think, as it did. Is that Mark Briscoe finally got the big win, and that's much needed. The match was nasty. The match was gruesome, but these two kind of were willing to go all out, no pun intended, to make it work. So I appreciate that. Mark Briscoe is a miracle worker. What can I say? At the end of the day, that's just what he does, and MJF came to play for back-to-back days.
There's a price to pay, by the way.
He does remind me of him, in so many different ways.
He wants to wrestle him. Did you see that tweet? He wants to wrestle him. And
of course he does. Yeah, he can go
MLP or whatever it is.
Sure. But overall, I think this match was a real victory for all parties. I think, kind of a good way to tell a story. MJF obviously still has that stupid contract because for some reason we didn't get rid of it. And Mark Briscoe gets a major win that hopefully isn't just to set up Orange Cassidy coming. Oh, wait a minute.
That's probably a good time as any to bring up Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, I was going to say, we don't have to get to it. We can just say it now.
Yeah. Okay. You know what I was thinking during this show?
Where's Orange Cassidy?
Because I was reflecting on Eddie Kingston returning and the crowd not really responding that well to Eddie Kingston in terms of the in-ring stuff. And I was just sort of thinking about reflecting on what is that? Is it because AEW has found some sort of new fan base through this Max thing?
I think it's just because the Toronto crowd sucked.
Is it because the Toronto? You would think that the world being cold in Toronto would be enough, but apparently not. They don't care about being bundled up. But I was just being cold. I was just sort of reflecting on it's been maybe it's just been a while for Eddie Kingston, and maybe it's been too long, and now the crowd forgot who he was. And I do think in some regards, Scotty, and you may agree with me here, I do think Mark Briscoe has kind of filled that void left by Eddie Kingston to a degree, in terms of great wrestler, in terms of especially that whatever style Mark Briscoe is doing.
Like the hard worker, overcome
great talker.
Things. I wouldn't have them in the same level in terms of promos, but
I would say Mark Briscoe's still a great talker. Eddie Kingston, I would say
he's a unique talker for sure.
That's fair. But enough of a voice, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Distinct from everybody else.
Yeah.
And it made me reflect of I think I said it before on the show, but I'll say it again. You really don't need Orange Cassidy in this promotion right now because is there any real spot for him? He's just he'll just show up back and be a guy and guys.
Are you telling me the idea of him and Okada doesn't excite you? Because it bores me to tears.
It's 100% a match that's gonna happen this year. That's Full Gear if I've ever seen one.
Full Gear or Wrestle Dream, and it's gonna be a 2.5-star classic because Okada is not gonna give a singular shit, folks.
Yeah, look, I enjoy Orange Cassidy as a wrestler, but he's done this thing so long.
So I hope that helps.
Well, he's been the same guy obviously for so long, and he's done the gimmick for so long, and done variations and spots of the gimmick, I guess, but basically all the same thing. And then he had a great title run that culminated in this match with Jon Moxley, main event of this pay-per-view, 2 years ago? I think 2-3 years ago. Great match. And then what do we do with him afterwards? Nothing. And he just goes back down the card and is just back to being the same old guy. And at that point, it became like, oh, why do we need to care about Orange Cassidy right now? Forever. And then he got injured and that stunk. And now he's back. And it's like, all right, is he going to win a title? Is he going to be the guy that beats Kyle Fletcher? Is he going to be the guy that beats Kazuchika Okada? No. Okay.
Please, no.
Does the conglomeration need Orange Cassidy right now as the leader? No, I think Mark Briscoe's fine. It's what I don't really. If Orange Cassidy's on the card, Scotty, I'm not going to be upset. But if he's gone, it's just like I think this company has been fine without him. What I'm trying to say is,
didn't even realize he was gone until they said it.
Yeah. Yes, I'm trying to say that I don't really think Orange Cassidy's loss in this promotion has been felt, unlike the losses of like Will Ospreay or Swerve or Omega to a certain degree.
None of those are comparable.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
My point is like Cassidy would be closer to like the missing of Eddie, and throughout Eddie's run, you would bring up Eddie. You never once brought up like, oh, Orange Cassidy in this spot. No.
I pitch Eddie to return and defeat Mox for the title.
Yeah, like that's the difference. Like Orange Cassidy's below Eddie, let alone being in the same conversation as the Omegas and the Swerves and the Ospreys, right? Like,
yeah,
it's not even close. Like, yeah, I think that's just where we are with. I think they oversaturated and then oversaturated again with Orange Cassidy stuff, and now it's like, okay, he's coming back. That's fine. But I don't need him doing much. His best role probably now is tag team.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Throw him in a tag team with Mark Briscoe, maybe? No, you can't do that. Throw him in a tag team with Hologram?
Literally. Sure, why not? That works.
Well, Mark Briscoe doesn't want to do tag team.
No, not Mark Briscoe. I meant Hologram.
Yeah, or Orange Cassidy and Ishii. They sort of teased that idea a little bit.
Sure, you can do that too. Or maybe you can just use Hologram. Remember when Arez was coming in?
I thought about that too on the pre-show when Hologram was wrestling. I was like, "Where's the
What does this company do it?"
I don't know. Now he's feuding with Roderick Strong for some reason, kind of. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, it's just sort of like, look, I totally agree that I think he's like below Eddie Kingston in terms of my personal hype. Obviously he's a great wrestler to have in your hand, but like, I think there's a lot of good wrestlers to have on hand. And if I'm going to not in the same capacity, and I obviously feel way more for this guy's injury, but like realistically, Scotty, he's kind of in the same boat as like an Adam Cole type, where it's like, a great wrestler for sure, but like in this promotion, it's like, I don't know, he's just kind of a guy in this promotion,
right? Yeah. I truly don't care about Orange Cassidy. I never have. I never will. So like when they did the big announcement for him coming back, I was like, oh, that's
by the way, did the big announcement for him coming back, never said his name, and then like, this coming Dynamite, you'll have Mark Briscoe and Hologram with the returning member of the conglomeration. It's like you pretty heavily imply it's Orange Cassidy.
Did the thumbs up, like
you said whatever, and then everyone did the thumbs up. Anyways, let's move on.
Willow was there.
Willow was there. She was on the main
card.
Had a
big role on the show.
She was in the match of the night last year, and she's on the main card in a backstage segment. She signed a new contract and everything.
She signed a new contract and hasn't done a thing.
Lickety squat.
Now, do I think she's the next AEW Women's World Champion based on certain events?
Strong possibility.
Yes, I do. That being said, we'll get to it.
Gotta start building. Gotta start building to that point.
Based on the new world champion? No, you don't. Actually, you don't have to build anything to crown the new world champion.
That's fair.
We can just do it, and everyone can be like, "Huh?"
That's true. That is true. Next up, 6-man tag team match: the Ricochet, Toa Leona, and Bishop Khan, now named the Demand. The worst name I've ever heard. I don't know how people feel about it, but I think it sucks. Versus the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, MVP, and Shelton Benjamin.
I'll show you a Demand.
Okay.
Not right now. Later. Can
we have a?
I thought this was fun for what it was.
Unrelated to what you said, Scotty. Can we add a sound effect of just like an unzip sound effect? I'll show you a demand.
That's crazy. What the fuck? Oh my god. What is wrong with you?
I'm on drugs, dude. Mucinex, baby. Woo! Not like it has any effect.
I demand you to keep on with the show.
That's fair. This was I think at one point during the preview you said this is the kind of match that is slotted in between two better matches.
Yeah.
And I think it was.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. And it sure was. And I was right. I mean, this was fun.
Yeah.
But it was also a Dynamite main event. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I agree with that.
Might be stretching it for main event on a Dynamite show, but
on a down week.
Match.
On a down week of Dynamite.
Maybe a nice collision main event. Maybe that's more. And it was fun though.
Yeah, it was a fun little match.
Maybe I hated this show. This is not going well.
Well, let's turn it around.
I think I just liked the second half of the show.
Well, let's see if that second half turns around, because I imagine this would be the turning point. TBS title match, Mercedes Moné defeats Riho.
Yeah, this was good.
Nice little match. Riho wrestles well, ignoring
what
Gail
an
Kim.
idea.
Ignoring Gail Kim, but
what an idea.
Big eye roll from Scotty.
Riho wrestle. Crazy idea, I know. Let Riho wrestle. Riho did really good considering she's been out for over a year.
Yeah.
And Mercedes Moné, really good.
Yeah, Riho selling the half crab better than Michael Oku.
Most people do.
Mercedes Moné, respectively, hitting the squats. Gotta respect. Respectfully.
Dear God, right?
Respectfully. Respectfully, Scotty. What are you talking about? I'm a married man.
As I know from, never mind. I'm not calling anyone out. I'll just hit the button.
Money.
This was a good match. This was really good. It further proves to me that Mercedes just should have won the world title. Because I felt this way, and I'm going to continue to feel this way, even though I'm happy with the new world champion. Yeah, I mean, she's just really good, and she got Riho here in this match. I don't know what's next, though. This is the problem. Riho always felt like the one that, like, eventually when we get there, right? Like, if Riho ever comes back, it's like, okay, then after that, you have someone clearly built up, but you don't.
Yeah.
There's not a single person built up to beat Mercedes Moné.
Yeah. At one point in time, you would say Willow, but like we said, not built up at all currently. And obviously is probably heading to stat.
Right. And Athena's not beating her.
No.
Jamie Hayter, maybe?
Sure.
Like, maybe that's someone you can kind of direct. Megan Bain should beat Mercedes Moné.
Tekla is a good, I think, is like.
I didn't say that.
I know you didn't say that, but legitimately built up enough where it is believable for Tekla to beat Mercedes Moné, and then you could also you could protect Moné by having the rest of the Triangle of Madness involved as well. Like it's believable enough. I agree that Megan Bain's also really solid.
Beat Moné. You could just, like, hear me out here. Tony Storm did it. I saw it in real action. You could just beat her.
Yeah,
like, it's clearly not something we're totally against.
It's every title match since the All Out pay-per-view, All In pay-per-view has just been more proof of, like, it was, everything built to that match, and then status quo maintained, and we move forward, and now it's like, okay, now what for both these people? And now we have something different with Tony Storm, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But, like, for Mercedes Moné, it's the same thing of, like, well, now what? Great little match. I enjoyed it, but days later, you are still reflecting of, like, okay, now what with Mercedes Moné? She's just going to win more titles and maybe defend them. Has she?
I don't know what the goal is anymore. Like, I don't.
Yeah, I agree.
There's no goal left, I think.
Can we invent a goal right now? Obviously, an immediate goal I think they've set out is have more titles than Ultimo Dragon.
Great.
Which I think you would have done that with the world title. I hate to say.
Yeah, you are correct.
Yeah, I don't really know. I like this match. I did think it was fun. It is the thing that we've been talking about of, like, I don't really know. I don't really know. Next up, I saw what you just did, Scotty. Next up, Kazuchika Okada defeats Konosuke Takeshita and Mascara Dorada to retain the unified title in this three-way contest. I believe it was Dave said earlier that like the reason Dorada is in this match is because that fake graphic of Dorada versus Takeshita that was like on internet like months ago.
If that's the case, then that's beast.
Well, Dave like asked Tony Khan, and Tony Khan said, "Oh yeah, that graphic." Dave went to a show, was like, "Oh wait, Tony, what happened to that match?" And Tony was like, "That was a fake match, Dave." And he's like, "Well, you should do it." And Tony was like, "I will at some point." And this is that.
And now he did it. I thought this match was fantastic.
It ruled. Way more Dorada than I would have expected, honestly.
God bless, by the way.
Agreed, for sure. No offense
as a
to
big
else
Dorada fan.
Yeah.
Also, this was my favorite Okada performance in probably at least a year.
Yeah,
like you could tell he cared. You could tell this was interesting to him, and that's all you ask for. Like
more than Omega.
I said what I said. Like the more, like for me,
you have to think about it
for me when I watch Okada, I feel like there is a switch that needs to be flipped, right? And he was fully flipped for this match. I think the Takeshita match interests him a ton.
Yes.
And putting in the work for that was important. But I also think he just had fun with someone like a Dorada who he can just bump for at the end of the day, you know? Like
plus get a little bit of that lucha background in there, you know?
Yeah, right. This match ruled.
Yeah.
I think there is a discussion that it's like one of the best multi-man title matches this company's ever had.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
Yeah, I think it's comfortably up there.
I don't know how I can look up multi-man matches and cage match, but I'll see if
what I said.
Let me see if I can put that together.
I think I like this better than the Ricochet Takeshita Ospreay one.
Oh,
there.
Damn.
There. I said it.
All right. Only multi-person matches. Here we go. What did this match end up getting on Cage Match anyways? It got a 9.12 out of 432 votes. Jesus Christ. According to Cage Match, this is the number 2 highest rated multi-man match. Just below by 0.02 rating, so practically the same rating as Takeshita Ricochet Ospreay.
All right, I'm right. I'm right.
Next up would have been
that has an Ospreay tax on it, so I'm right.
Next up is Omega, Mike Bailey, and Ricochet.
That was really good too.
It was really good. And then next up is Omega, Orange Cassidy, and Pac.
That's an old one. That's a flashback. Okay, I feel right. Shout out to me.
Just to round out the top 5, Scotty. Darby Allin, Jack Perry, MJF, Sammy Guevara.
Dear God, that's not even the same league. That's ridiculous.
Also, just like a historical like turning point with the MJF stuff.
Factual. Mascara Dorada, by the way, deserves just a ton of praise for not only just how good he is, but he's still so young. But he steps in there with like two actual giants, but also stepping in there with the Takeshas and Okadas of the world and being the guy that's showcased in many ways.
Yeah.
And really getting his moment of the week. We talked about it last week, previewing Anniversario, how, he was missing from that show in a major match. So it feels like they took advantage of giving him this opportunity and he absolutely ran away with it. I think he's had a fantastic year. I think Takesha's had a fantastic year, and it's nice to see Okada try. So,
yeah, I very much appreciate it. It was a great match. Love to see it. It's one of those matches that I messaged you a bit right after the match. It is a match that not only is it a great match, but it is a match that makes me even more excited for this. Not just the Takeshita Okada match down the line,
right?
But the other singles variations of this match, a singles match of Dorada versus Takeshita, singles match versus Dorada versus Okada. There is stuff there that I'm like, I'm excited to see how this all melds out.
Dorada should be the first CMLL signed wrestler to win an AEW title.
Sure, I can agree with that.
Unless you give Mystico the world title.
Which you can't rule out. Next up, coffin match: Jon Moxley, Darby Allin.
Yeah, match ruled.
Yeah, ruled. It ruled. It ruled.
See, like this show hits a certain point outside of one where I just really loved everything, and it was really the Mercedes Riho match until the end for me.
Yeah.
Outside of again one match where I just thought hit after hit after hit, just top level. This was great. Last one was great. Match, everything. And this match, I think, again, is a good way to build to the next step in this feud. Right.
Mm-hmm.
In many ways, the coffin match feels like the end, but the way they did it, it's like, no, we are still building the story, and we are making the Death Riders stronger by numbers rather than by new members and such like that, rather than how they did it for the past, year before that, right? Which was all the cheating and stuff. Instead, it's a different way to do it. You're also teasing Chris Statlander as well, being part of the group now. And the only other thing I have to say is, Pac, please grow your hair back up.
Please, for the love of God, grow your hair back. I don't know why you cut it, Pac. He looked like an Instagram fitness influencer. You know what I mean? Like just like the ears stuck out, the very short hair, the giant t-shirt, and he's rocking a bod underneath that. Like, it's just like, Jesus.
I'm happy he's back. I'm happy
too.
He's back, and him and Darby's going to be awesome whenever they want to do that.
Yeah. Have they never done that match?
I didn't say they didn't. I'm just excited for it.
Well, yeah, but now I'm thinking about it. It's like, have they done Darby versus?
Well, Pac's been gone so many different times,
I know.
So
let's see.
And Darby has too, for what it's worth. So I doubt it.
Let's see. Have they ever done that singles match? Because that look gets my blood flowing. Want to see a demand,
especially since he launched him.
Yes, they did it once in 2020, January 15th, 2020. Dynamite 15, Bash at the Beach, night 1.
Dynamite 15.
The main event. The main event.
That's different, though. Like, Darby's a different guy now.
Oh, I mean, Pac's to a different guy. He has
Pac's
less hair.
Is still great. That's true.
Great match,
but yeah, no, this was great.
If I had to give one qualm with it, it's obviously like the very beginning, the very beginning, the sheer horrible blade job by Moxley, just like actively trying to get it, can't get it out of his pocket. Then he goes and he's trying to bleed his ear, can't do it. Darby goes to grab him. Nope, not yet. Darby just has to take the blade and stab him in the ear. Just like none of it quite working. Just really was like, all right, guys, come on. Either just do it for real or move on with everything. But ultimately, like, a great match. Jon Moxley killed it here. Darby Allin obviously killed it as well. Just the sheer amount of damage that the coffin takes in these types of matches are always fun to see. Just two guys that are crazy. And then afterwards, late in the show, they scuff a little bit in the back, and Darby stuffed Jon Moxley in a body bag and then lit the bag on fire. So you know what? I'm still here for it. I can't wait for the next thing is. I don't know what the next thing is, Scotty. It has to do with fire, I have to imagine. Are we going to get our first Inferno match in this show? I don't know.
Please, no. I don't like Inferno match.
Look. But with these guys, I'm sort of like, all right, yeah. I'll see what you can do.
That's true. Darby might get himself killed, though, so maybe don't do that.
But this feud starts with a coffin match, may go to some sort of match that's like on fire. It might not even be like look. You're saying an Inferno match, right? But like realistically,
I'm not saying an Inferno match. You literally said maybe it's our first AEW Inferno match. I did not say a word.
When I think of an AEW style Inferno match, I'm thinking of like FMW, like Ring of Fire.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not that one FMW match where people almost died. Where the original Sheik almost died, I believe. But I think of like something like that where it's just gonna be stupid and crazy. And then it's like, well, then what's after that? You had fire, you had death, and now what?
Right.
What are we going to do?
Yeah, I mean,
a mimosa mayhem, perhaps.
What are they going to do? I don't know what their last. Shut up.
I don't know so long.
I don't know what their last match is going to be, but I'm here for it.
Me too.
I'm just here for the destruction that they're doing. Maybe they just have like a death match.
And the stipulation is someone has to actually die. Shrug.
I don't know. I just know Gail Kim will be pissed.
Next up, AEW Women's World Title match: Chris Statlander, shocking win, defeating Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, and Tekla.
This is so funny.
What do you mean?
Like, just like watching this match, they're doing a good effort or whatever, and then just like Chris wins.
Yeah,
it's like what?
100% out of nowhere. Even, like, obviously the play into of Toni Storm, but like 1000% out of nowhere, Chris Statlander suddenly wins and becomes the Women's World Champion.
And like
a day one.
I like seeing AEW fans defend it like, well, she pinned Toni, so it was all worth it. I was like,
that makes it more shocking.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to complain about Chris being champion because I came on this show saying I don't want Toni Storm as champion anymore. I'm not.
Yeah, I think I said just in the preview that like if there's going to be a dark horse title change, it could be Chris.
But like you had Toni Storm run through Mercedes Moné, run through Athena, just for her to lose the belt the next pay-per-view.
Yes,
like this.
Yes, it's interesting. It's interesting.
It is.
The match was good. Just obviously the result was just sort of like it. Look, the shocking result worked perfectly because it was 100%. It was not teased whatsoever. It was just like a roll up. Oh no, this roll up is the. I mean, I guess it was teased, but it wasn't teased until that she's going for the seatbelt.
Yeah.
And then once you see that, it's like, holy crap, she's doing the Wheeler Yuta move, and then gets the win. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah,
it was super effective. I mean, you can't deny
it was. It just I would have loved for her to be built up because again, they had built Toni up as the end all be all, and then her reign just ended.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, it's weird. It was effective, but weird.
Yeah. Ultimately, I'm happy though. I'm happy. Chris Statlander, world champ, deserved. Long time coming. Things like that. So there's that aspect of it. Yeah. It's just odd. Like it was just odd that it happened now. I thought maybe you would have saw her come up just short. Maybe you continue the Death Rider story, and then at Wrestle Dream you run that singles match, and then she gets the win. Instead, they go a different angle here, a fascinating one, but it's Chris again embracing the Death Rider help, Willie Yuta's help.
Yep.
Which is interesting.
Yep.
And for Toni Storm now, it's like, okay, what's next?
Well, I'll throw in the TonyCon announcement on Wednesday's Dynamite and the little preview of that. I guess of that, Scotty. Dave in the Observer, I said, or not in the Observer, but on radio or something like that, says that he feels or he believes that the announcement is going to be regarding the women's tag titles. And look, taking the world title off of Toni Storm so that she can maybe eventually strap up and, hold the women's tag titles seems extremely plausible now. Big time star in Toni Storm. You're going to put the titles and make the titles feel important. They give it to a big time star like Toni Storm. It kind of makes sense to me. And I kind of feel like that's where we're headed, is finally getting these tag titles, and Toni Storm's probably going to win it with whoever the partner is.
Which is cool. Mm-hmm. Maybe. I don't know. I'm still I'm very undecided on how I feel about how it went. I'm not undecided about Chris winning. I'm very happy Chris Statlander is the world champion. It's just like we kept talking about, like, you beat Mercedes, you beat Athena, then what? Like, it's gonna be, and it didn't feel like that big massive win. And that's, I think, my problem with it.
Yeah, I think that's an understandable frustration to have. I think that the only way to really resolve that in any sort of positive or negative, but mostly positive way, is going to see how Stat's title reign plays out. What is the
Sure.
story? Look, if we're talking about goals and stories and all these sort of things, Scotty, what is the story has to play out with Stat's title reign, and then we can truly see if it was all worth it.
Yeah.
And they're setting something up. I mean, we're doing a title defense of Mina Shirakawa immediately on tomorrow on Dynamite, excuse me. And they tease, by the pinfall being the seatbelt thing, they're teasing the still Death Riders gimmick thing, whatever is happening. So they have immediately set up a story.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have a goal per se, other than like everyone just sort of being like Willow. But I think which is a fair goal. But it's something that like I think I'll certainly like see, and we'll see how it goes and play. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, that I agree too.
It's also interesting that they took away Harley Cameron from Chris Stadd and put her with Willow.
Yes.
It almost feels like it was going to be Chris and Harley, and then they decided, no, it's going to be Chris and Harley for the tag titles, and maybe Willow win this match, and then they decided, no, we're going to swap them.
Okay.
That's my conspiracy theory thought there. Next up, AEW World Tag Team Title 4-way ladder match. Bro Dito successfully retained their titles, defeating Jet Speed, Hechicero, and Josh Alexander, and the Young Bucks.
I'm so incredibly tired of ladder matches. That being said, this was awesome.
This ruled. I hate to say it. This ruled.
Like, that's kind of the takeaway, right? It's like, another ladder match. And then, like, it starts however it starts. And then, like, that second half kicks in. And you're like, oh, my God, these guys are insane. It's like, all right, fine. You can do ladder matches still sometimes.
Bro Dito doing a moonsault off the gimmick.
Yeah. Bro Dito rules. I'm so happy they won.
Me too.
Keep the belts on them forever. Overall, yeah, just great. I mean, that's the funny thing about some of these matches. The only match I have like a breakdown of now is like the main, but like you just put 8 talented guys in there and they put on a show. Like that's simply what they did.
Yeah. Extremely young, high flying talent like Jet Speed, extremely fun, current, everyone's on board. Bro Dito, the kings of the ladder match, practically the Young Bucks, and then two great hands that could do fun stuff. And Hechicero and Josh Alexander. It was a perfectly booked, perfectly put together match that it completely excelled in what it was trying to do. Yeah,
weird placement on the card.
Sure,
that was, but like it didn't matter to me because I thought it was fantastic. But I watched this and I was like, this should have been the opener. Not that. Yeah, no, I mean, Bro Dito is fantastic. It's a shame they didn't start earlier. They'd have a real claim for a potential tag team of the year type thing. Though don't ask me who the tag team of the year is because I don't actually know. It's been a weird year for tag team wrestling, which I feel like we've said multiple years in a row now.
Yeah,
but this feels extra weak this year.
Is it FTR? No, right?
Thanks for asking.
I mean, Bro Dito, if they keep up this run for the rest of the year,
that's true. They could finish. They could take it. That is true. There is enough room this year that they can take that. I don't want to. Oh man, I'm looking at my tag team of the year list. You want a tag team that was great?
Sure.
Los Tiates de Air. Oh,
my boys. That was like a month, Scotty.
Yeah, I know, but they were awesome.
You probably should remove them from that list, honestly.
Well, it's just ranked based on match quality. It's not my fault.
Can you give us your top 5 of the year? We can
Proto Sheeta would be sick if they ran with them.
Okay.
I'm just thinking
separated, but
it's probably. I mean, everyone's just gonna pick the Young Bucks. This was a stupid conversation. Move on.
Well, I do want to hear what your top 5 are so far.
I don't have I don't have it in order right now. I'm just naming teams. My apologies. Okay. I'm just looking at teams that have had a match good enough to be considered.
WWE have anybody?
No. Thank you for asking. Not even a little.
New Japan usually don't. I mean, it could be a Bishamon year,
New
but
Japan's stanky. New Japan. Yeah, Bro Dito's almost. I think Bro Dito can actually take it by the end of the year.
Yeah, I think they have. I think they have a clear enough runway. There's probably someone in CMLL. You could say maybe
a Sky team. If you want to give
Yeah.
credit to all of them.
Yeah, honestly, Sky Team as Tag Team of the Year feels right, and there's no. I mean,
if you consider all combos,
yes,
then absolutely.
Well, I mean, am I considering the trios team itself also as a tag team? I mean,
that would be cheating. Then they'd be running away with it by like default because they have so many good trios too.
That would be my legitimate question: is Dave, dear Dave, can a trio win Tag Team of the Year, or at least be nominated? Because Sky Team, because if that case, Scotty, it's Sky Team.
Sky Team, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
no, for sure. Yeah, happy we brought that up. All right, that was a fun combo. Shout out Brodito though. I think they can finish with it though. I think they can take it.
I agree. I think it's plausible. Main event: AEW World Title match. Adam Page defeats Kyle Fletcher. 30 minutes and 10 seconds, Scotty. I thought this match was exactly what it needed to be for Kyle Fletcher. A great match, really dominating the entire time, really showcased himself of why he can be on the same level while still losing. Adam Page did a great job as well. Can't take anything, as much as we say about, Kyle Fletcher looking good here, Adam Page did a great job working from underneath and building back the audience and elevating Kyle Fletcher in the same capacity. Great little match here. I thought it was fantastic way to end the show. Great little match. I went like 4.5 probably.
I did too. I felt like Bryan Danielson watching this match. I thought this was
not Taz phenomenal. Getting angry slowly at Bryan Danielson.
Bryan Danielson. Okay, I was gonna save this for the end, but I'll just say it now. Bryan Danielson elevates that commentary team so much.
Agreed.
In ways that they don't even need to be out there. They could just have Danielson calling this. Like truthfully, you could just put Danielson out there sharing his love for pro wrestling. Have another person out there just to for him to bounce off of. I don't really give a shit who.
Ian Riccaboni. Look, and if you need a third, Caprice is available.
That's actually the dream team now.
I agree. I was just about to say he's joined the dream team rank.
He had an incredible night. And I'll say my other side note, but he had an incredible night. He puts so much nuance and care into breaking down these matches and breaking down the match itself. And his call in this main event made it that much better. The care to give to both Hangman Page as someone who he's faced and grown with, right? Watching him grow and why that's a different wrestler now than, say, when he last faced him, right? Things like that. Last faced him last year. And Kyle Fletcher, right? Just going kind of all in on putting this guy over, which is essentially what Hangman Page did. It's like, you're still young. That's the only reason you didn't win this match.
Yeah.
You're still youthful. You're still learning, but you're gonna get there.
Yeah.
You and me had talked about so long, I think, when it comes to the men's side, or just AEW as a whole in terms of the youth in the future. They didn't always have that one guy you could point to because we weren't high on MJF. The Killers were not good, right? They have their guy now.
It's
undeniably.
And this match was meant to basically mint that thought.
It was the ace lifting up the future main event superstar. That's what this match was.
And look, I think that's also weirdly a theme about AEW's year is I think this year to a certain degree is minting that thought in people's head of who are the next guys truly up, because I think it's Fletcher. I think this match did it. I think Bandito proved that multiple times this year, at least with Ring of Honor matches for sure.
Absolutely.
And I think, I think you could say it started last year for sure, but Takeshita.
Yep. I don't think it is a mistake. No, now this was supposed to be Wardlow.
Apparently that was a fake rumor. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, okay. Good. Thank God.
Thank God.
Either way though, it's not an accident that the first show that Ospreay and Swerve are out for.
Yeah.
They put Fletcher in this spot. It is not an accident. There is purpose there, and they went out of their way to deliver. I thought this match truly was fantastic. A true top tier main event. The exact match that I think both wrestlers needed.
Yeah.
Hangman needed for this reign to really get going. Not that it was his fault, but we talked about it,
I
how
was going
they
to bring
can
that up.
hurt him.
That was a theme with his first title reign. It was just sort of like, solid matches for the most part, but just sort of like, I can't, whatever.
Which is funny because this felt like Hangman stepping into what Danielson did for Hangman back then, right?
Sure.
Which was lift up the younger guy with a great match. And also shouts out to both of these guys' necks because they had to hurt after this match. They killed each other. I thought it was fantastic. My favorite match of the entire show. And probably why I was so high on the show, because this is the last thing I watched, obviously. It was the main event. And I feel like so many times when you watch an AEW pay-per-view, that's not the case. We've talked about this. Finally, the main event felt like the ultimate, this is where you have to be. And it helps that you have a guy like Bryan Danielson there selling it as the end-all, be-all match, getting up and getting excited and things like that,
Yeah. And if I'm Taz, of course I'm upset. I think Danielson does what Taz does way better. Like, you have like a guy that can break down the technical stuff, but also get you excited.
There's also just too many voices on commentary. 4 voices is not necessary, and Danielson should just be allowed to talk and talk and talk, because he's actually adding something to the match, something that AEW commentary as a whole hasn't done in years.
Yes. Look, as much as we can say about Jim Ross, when Jim Ross is on, he adds to a match. And that is, we've talked about commentary so much on the show. The point, that is what makes a great commentator. Do they actually add a match? Would this show have been as good without Danielson on commentary? Yeah, probably still. But probably I could probably argue, Scotty, that each match gets almost a quarter bump with Danielson on commentary to a certain degree.
Yeah. Yeah, that probably. I think he's the single reason I like this show so much.
That I think it's, if you want to give like a dark horse MVP pick, Bryan Danielson is the guy.
He was incredible. And also, he's not going to be on commentary for long, because Tony Khan is going to convince this guy to get back in the ring by making him do this job.
So someone posted that online where they said, all of this is just a way to get the love of wrestling.
And it's going to work. And it's working. Mm-hmm. Like, you could see him just like sitting there, be like, he couldn't stop moving. Mm-hmm. Like, the guy's like, I don't think he ever doesn't have the wrestling itch, but like, this is right now the reason he's not wrestling. Obviously, is his neck, but also probably like, I want to, be around for my family, and I want to do all these things.
I do think that, like, once his kids get to a certain age, you know what I mean? Like, old enough where it's like, okay,
he's going to put on a mask and go to Arena Mexico. I know.
I'm fine with that. Look, I'm fine.
But yeah, I mean, shouts out to Danielson. The commentary decision by them as a whole was brilliant, and I think we can start cutting some fat from the commentary team. And when I say some, I mean everyone that's not Ian Riccaboni.
Yeah, put Ian Riccaboni back on the squad. Take out Taz. Honestly,
that was the only good thing about the 2300 arena, is that Ian Riccaboni was always there.
Yeah,
because that's where he lives.
Yeah, have him on there more. He was great. He did a great job. Apparently, it's like everyone was like, "Yeah, everyone, we all agree. Ian Riccaboni did a great job." I'm like, that's what I'm telling you.
He's the best commentator. He's the best play-by-play commentator we got. And he does Ring of Honor.
At least, if not the world, at least North America.
Right. English speaking. We'll just say English speaking.
That's fair, because I can't confirm whether or not
they fire me up, though. Japanese commentators fire me up.
I mean,
as the CMLL
commentators.
Yeah, there's a lot of good commentators. If you can get me pumped for a match, you're doing your job.
Well, that's also like, look,
Excalibur doesn't get me pumped for matches.
Look, we're going to go on another commentary tangent real quick, but like,
we already there, buddy.
If instead of review, all out pay-per-view was just a way for us to talk about commentary.
I had this Bryan Danielson thing locked in for the end of this.
The thing about Japanese and Mexican commentary teams, Scotty, is
they respect the sport.
They respect the sport, number one. Maybe. I can't understand them, so I'll assume they would do. But number two, it's that even though I cannot understand Spanish, I cannot understand Japanese language, I can understand the emotional vibe that the voices are bringing to a match. Look, a lot of other issues with this guy. But one of the reasons Kevin Kelly was good at what he did in New Japan is that he brought levels of emotional capabilities to his calls, right? He, in some ways, he matched the levels that the Japanese team was doing. I think that he's even said that on record that he was trying to do that.
Like, I think Walker does a good job at that.
I think Walker does a good job. I think he's still learning it, but I think he does a good job. I think Charlton can get there too. That's what I think is so great about the current English team with Charlton and Walker is that they can both get there. I think Walker's just perfecting that, and he's still on that path, and that's totally okay. He's still, very
Walker
young,
will be the best.
English I agree. Look, he's got tough shoes to fill if he and Riccaboni still around. But like, I think Riccaboni gets there. I think Bryan Danielson gets there. I think Japanese or Mexican announced teams, if I can hear the emotion, the excitement of what this match is doing to me, to a person, like, this is going to sound like a crazy comparison. I think one of the reason like a guy like Kai Cenat is like a great Twitch streamer is because he is really good at bringing the excitement levels in his voice with what he's doing, right? With whatever non-dumb,
like
whatever dumb thing.
Guy.
What's that?
Like Speed,
I think can do that as well. I think like a lot of the great streamers can do that. I think the idea is you're not just talking. You have to be excited so that excitement can translate to across the multiple streams, pay-per-view streams that you have going for you. And I think it's great. I think commentary is important. And I love talking about it because I think it's very important. And I think that's what to me makes a great commentator is that if you can, even though now I can understand you, even if I don't understand you, if you can showcase that level of emotion, which ends up that it becomes so infectious that it ends up getting me excited, then you're doing your job right.
Absolutely.
All right, that is AEW All Out. Let's move on to real quickly the next bit.
I'm trying to remember the other AEW pay-per-views to see if that's actually my favorite. What was the first one? Revolution.
I assume Revolution. Let me see if I can.
All right, give me a few minutes.
You wrestled Dynasty, technically, I guess.
Couldn't tell you what happened.
Forbidden Door. Excuse me. Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing. I have as my favorite of the year. I haven't put it in my ratings.
Let me look. We're going base by base. You can continue on with the show if you want.
Double or Nothing had Adam Page versus Will Ospreay in the main event.
Revolution.
It had
Revolution was such a good show besides that main event. Oh, that main event was stinky.
I forgot how great this match was. Mercedes Moné versus Jamie Hayter. Remember that one? That was great.
Yes. All right, let me look at Dynasty. Absolutely not.
Double or Nothing, I think, is a solid.
Dynasty is kind of bad.
I don't remember anything about Dynasty, to be honest.
Let me give you a real quick reminder. Adam Cole versus Daniel Garcia. Bandito versus really Chris Jericho.
Do I even have Dynasty? Oh my god, it's 31 on my list. Holy shit.
John Moxley defeats Swerve.
I think Dynasty is my lowest rated AEW pay-per-view.
Would you say Double or Nothing was your favorite?
Yeah, that's my favorite of the year so far. I haven't put in my ratings for All Out yet.
And Keaton Arena, men's tournament final. Yeah, it's pretty good. That was pretty good
show.
That would definitely be in the conversation out of all the ones I've looked at so far.
It's got the Ricochet Mark Briscoe stretcher match.
Yeah, that was cool. That was fun. All right, let me look at All In. All In, okay, that was really good. I kind of, maybe a little bit. I don't know. Okay, so the top three are this show, not Dynasty, Double or Nothing, and All In.
I think that's fair.
I don't know the order, but those are definitely the top three. Anyways,
WWE Wrestlepalooza. Let's quickly give us some thoughts. Look, so we have to talk about this because we don't want to talk about it, but we both agreed.
Talking about Brock.
Yeah, we both agreed that like this is an important historical show to talk about because of the ESPN of it all, and the like the big time show going up, like truly a big time pay-per-view going up against AEW. And obviously AEW flinched and moved earlier, which possibly is paying dividends, so much so that Tony Khan's like, I might consider doing this as a permanent thing, which is interesting. I don't know. Do you have any big thoughts on AEW pay-per-view starting at like 3 p.m. moving forward?
It's fine.
I'm fine with it. I'm
I like
perfectly
it.
fine with it.
I would just like, again, for it not to be as long.
I mean, look, if it starts at 3 p.m. and it goes that long to like 8,
Yeah.
I can be okay with that. You know, starting at
That I
7 and
agree
going till midnight, 1 a.m. is like, oh, that's rough.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. I agree.
But look, WrestlePalooza happened as well on Saturday. 14,000 attendance. I don't know what was the number on AEW All Out. I didn't pull that up. That was 12,222. WWE beat it by 2,000 people in attendance, so I guess good on them or whatever. But this was the start of ESPN for WWE. I didn't see, and maybe I'm not in the right circles, which is probably a good
hating
thing.
themselves right now.
I didn't see anything. I would have expected like the next day to get like all the press releases on how good this show did, how many eyes watched this show. And maybe I'm in the wrong circle, Scotty, but do you see anything like that about WrestlePalooza?
Nope.
Which I think is a bad sign, right? You have to think that's a bad sign. If this show did so well, they would have been like bouncing off the wall saying, look at what 4 trillion eyeballs watch this show. And the fact that we didn't get a single press release, and maybe it's just going to take a while. Maybe it takes like a week to get all that data. I have no idea. But like the fact that we don't have that is at this point on Tuesday is a little weird, a little weird to me.
Yeah. I maybe because it sucked.
And that's plausible. I mean, that's another thing to talk about it. You mentioned you didn't really want to talk about it because I believe your quote was that this was a useless show. Was your
yeah, it was useless outside of 1.5 matches.
Yeah, and we'll certainly talk about it just real quickly. And look, I think the weird thing about it as well, ESPN agrees with you.
Yeah. ESPN essentially agreed that unless the women are wrestling, you shouldn't watch WWE. And listen, I agree.
Yeah.
At this stage, after how this year has gone for WWE, you should watch the women's division and nothing else.
Yeah. I think that's fair. This card just briefly had the opener, which
Triple H deserves
not Booker of the Year.
That goes without saying. He deserves anything that comes to him. I can't stand this guy. And the report of how the first match was supposed to go, and it obviously changed throughout the day.
What was that report? Because I don't quite remember it.
John was supposed to win. He didn't.
And instead, they just did they
destroyed
redid a remix of the SummerSlam match years ago.
They just had the guy destroy John Cena on his retirement.
We all know why he shouldn't be here. Sign for the guy that spent $10,000 on a ticket.
Hey, listen. He paid, put the sign up. That's fine. Good for him. Maybe there's just like one kid to be like, "Why is he supposed to be here, Dad?" And then there you go. Shout out to that guy for spending $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Don't spend that much money on the WWE show. I wouldn't.
To weirdly protest.
wouldn't even spend 30 to buy ESPN, let alone buy a ticket to what. Anyways, that sucked.
Yeah,
I just.
Okay. Are we doing the meta commentary? We're going to talk about the John Cena gear. Is this the point? Everyone's talking about it. Everyone after this match is doing the John Cena year retrospective at this point. Are we going to be the podcast that does it too?
It stinks, man. Yeah. It stinks. They've done him so wrong.
I think he's also done himself wrong to a certain degree. Like
I agree, but him just being like the yes man.
He has to be saying yes to some of these things.
Yes, obviously, but I'm not going to blame John. I'm going to blame everyone else. Come on,
yeah,
get your head out of your ass. That's obviously what I'm going to do. The first time I feel like John has booked something for himself is Crown Jewel.
Which even then, him tweeting is not him. You know what I mean?
No, but at the same time, he definitely requested that match because it was very clear that wasn't happening. Like he said it pretty much. Was it the post-match presser after the Logan Paul match? Because he had hit the Styles Clash or whatever. He's like, some guys I'm not gonna get to wrestle, and he kind of alluded to Edge and AJ Styles. And someone just, I don't know. For me, it feels like he was like, no, can I get one? I had to do that. Can I get one, please? And I think that's good because the rest of it has mostly been him doing such bad nonsense for the most part, whether it be his fault, Triple H's fault, The Rock's fault. Definitely some of this is The Rock's fault. A lot of the entire heel turn is actually The Rock's fault. It's been bad, and it's a bummer because it was the easiest layup of all time. When I watched John Cena walk out there in his entrance with all those kids, I was like, this is all it needed to be.
Yeah.
This is literally all his retirement tour needed to be. Yeah, he gets 17, that's cool. But like the simplicity of him just still being the superhero for kids, that's all it needed to be.
We were busy making moments.
Right. They were trying to make moments out of a retirement tour that was going to have its own natural moments.
Yes. Either
because
him.
That's what John Cena does.
I'll allow 2 moments. One, the actual retirement match, and the mini moments of each city that you're in, right?
Yeah.
But being the last time. But then obviously a moment of the 17th title win. That's still that's a pretty big moment.
That's all you need. I don't know if I said this on the show after it ended. I wish he retired after SummerSlam because I thought he put in the ultimate Super Cena match. Him and Cody crushed it. Like the best John's gonna do at this point of his career.
Yeah, probably true.
And the way everything, and they just had to ruin it. Like no one wants to see Brock. No one cares. No one
people that are
wants
spending $10,000 don't want to see Brock.
Right. And the fact that they did to him what they did to him on this show was have him get destroyed.
Which again, I want to point out is just doing the SummerSlam match 10 years later or whatever, which
essentially
is like
exactly the same.
What frustrates me is that it's like you already did this match in a better way, in a less blown up way.
Right.
Years ago. Why do it again? Who structured this bullshit?
The way he runs the company.
Nick Khan? Ari Emanuel?
The whole time. Touche. I mean, maybe that wouldn't shock me if they wanted Brock to win, honestly. Because obviously, they probably want to build him up and make him a big part of ESPN now. That's part of it, right? And they use John as an example, and that sucks. And they've used John as an example for nonsense the entire year. It's been a bad retirement run that isn't going to be saved. It's just, you can't save what the year has been, but he is going to go into Australia, and him and AJ Styles are going to run it back. And they're going to be older, but that's going to be like one of the nice moments of the run because it's just going to be him and AJ Styles one more time.
Yeah.
No build, nothing. It just needs to be that. That's the problem with this, though. The entire run could have just been that, and it would have been fine, right? And instead, they wasted every minute of him being back.
It is one word that you can say that can sum up this entire retirement tour. Overbooked.
Yep.
Overbooked. And there is
typically
one booker.
What they do. Yeah, Triple H sucks. I just hope John can wrap up better than what they just gave him. So
I will say this. I had this thought in the shower the other day as I was thinking about John Cena in the shower. I'll show you with the band. And I thought about part of the reason the heel turn also didn't work is because the vibes of this retirement tour is exactly what you're talking about, of like people just want to see John Cena the superhero again. And I was like,
people just want to see John Cena.
Yeah.
They didn't have to be a superhero. They just want to see John Cena.
And the heel turn is like, as we saw, a good idea on paper, but no one actually wanted to see it, especially during the retirement year. Like if you saw it 5 years ago, it's like one thing, but seeing it now, it's like, I don't want to see it.
I got enough heel turn from him. He was great in Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad. And guess what they did? They turned him babyface in the TV show. Like, that is what they do. Like, John Cena in
He's
the
that
end
charismatic.
should always be a good guy. He should always be a good guy. And they proved that. They did it for the big pop. And I'll say here at this time, I gave it a chance because, like, oh, well, that was a great moment.
Yeah.
Like, right? The turn was a great moment.
Yeah.
But the moment The Rock wasn't walking in the door ever again, the rest of the way, it was ruined. Plain and simple. Because then you had to have John work off of a story that kind of didn't exist anymore and was about Travis Scott. Like, they did everything to hurt John along the way. So I just hope, like I said, I hope that he can not necessarily save this. He can't save this, but end it right. If the retirement match is correct, whatever it may be, then I'll be happy. As someone who has always liked John Cena, the wrestler, and saw that moment for kids, like Triple H thought in his mind, oh, you know what we should do on the John Cena tour? We should make kids cry multiple times throughout the tour. What?
Well, look, I actually have 3 thoughts about John Cena. Number one, the only way you can do, I think, an effective heel turn John Cena at this point in his career is if he did like another year of wrestling and it was in an AEW and he did the exact same thing to Hangman.
Yeah, that would have been kind of sick.
And because then you could have the sort of Tanahashi and DDT stuff where it's like he's dogging on AEW as a little league company.
Yeah,
and that's
kind of beast.
Only way it could work, realistically.
They should do that.
They should do that. Hey, Warner Brothers, pay up. If you can get Warner Brothers involved, you can probably do it.
What do you mean Warner Brothers pay up? They already do pay him.
No, you know what I'm saying.
Pay him more.
I don't think AEW can exclusively probably pay. They probably shouldn't exclusively pay John Cena.
James Gunn.
Get on the phone. The other thought is that the end of the year for John Cena's last match should be a tournament where it's just, instead of building a story, you're just building matches to somebody wants to be John Cena's last match.
That would be sick.
It still could happen. There's enough time where you can still do that, right?
You could.
But like, there's something there of like a bunch of people gunning to be John Cena's last match, and just like have a story be just wrestlers wrestling each other.
I mean, I don't think there's a better embodiment of WWE in the year 2025 than how they've booked John Cena.
Has John Cena wrestled Roman this year?
No.
Is that going to be the last match?
I would prefer that over someone stupid.
I hear Dominic is a Final Four contender.
That's awesome.
They're pitching Dominic for one of these matches.
Here has been John's final matches, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just this is what they have decided should be John Cena's final run. And I'm taking his words by truth because I've never believed a word that's coming out of Triple H's mouth. So, all right. Royal Rumble, and he lost to Jey Uso. Should have known there. Just should have known there, guys. Then he won the Elimination Chamber. Sure, fine.
Russell had a little moment with Punk there.
Yep, had the awful main event with Cody Rhodes.
Stinkaroonie.
Overbooked match with Randy Orton.
Slow as hell, if I recall.
4-minute match with R-Truth.
Where R-Truth got fired the next day or something, and everyone got so upset that Nick Khan had to call him to hire him back, and now they don't do anything with him.
Yep. He teamed with Logan Paul against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was on Money in the Bank. He wrestled R-Truth again.
I don't remember that.
It was on SmackDown. That's why you don't remember it. Then he wrestled CM Punk in Saudi Arabia as a dunk on both of them. Because that's how this company rolls, baby.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that was by far the most hyped match when John Cena announced his retirement tour, was those two connecting again. They said, let's put in Saudi Arabia. Much like WrestleMania 43 and the Royal Rumble next year. Then he fought Cody Rhodes. Great match.
Yeah.
So that's one out of all these matches. Then he
in their defense, I don't know if the CM Punk match was great.
That's fair. It wasn't probably. I think there was run-ins and stuff because everything was overbooked. Remember? Cody Rhodes and John Cena defeated Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul on episode of SmackDown. All right.
Okay.
John Cena fought Logan Paul in one of his final pay-per-view matches.
A lot of Logan Paul stuff here.
Yeah, 3, by the way.
Because he had also the Royal Rumble, technically.
Yeah, that's true. And then United States title match with Sami Zayn, which was really good until they ruined it with Brock Lesnar. And then he wrestled Brock Lesnar. So that's what they've done with John Cena. Logan Paul, Brock Lesnar. Well, that'll be a breath of fresh air compared to everything else I just said.
And look, Roman's still out there. Dominic, I just saw, I think like bodyslam.net was the one reporting Dominic.
That would be absolutely insane.
It should be for the triple mega title.
That'd be sick. Yeah,
that'd be hilarious.
18-time world champion.
Why not? Why not? Who cares?
Who gives a shit?
It's the last year.
He's got 3 matches left. 3 pay-per-views left.
The last
one with AJ.
The last point I wanted to make about John Cena is I do think you mentioned how Triple H's the booking idea is that we want kids to cry.
Clearly.
The fact that like this match with Brock exists does make me want to say stuff of like, I also think there's an element of John Cena where he doesn't necessarily want to make kids cry, but he wants to tell the story of like, I'm an old man that can't really wrestle anymore. Like before this year, that was like his story. He's like, I haven't won a match in forever. Like the story he wants to tell is like, I'm a big old loser, kind of, you know what I mean? I'm just old, and that's why I'm retiring, because I can't really win anymore. Making it about wins. And now we're kind of circling back to that to a degree where he's like now getting dominated. And I think they can tell that story moving forward, but like it's so fucked up at this point that it really does not matter anymore.
Nope.
Anyways, there was also the Vision, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed defeat the Usos. I think Jey Uso is now have a concussion. Did you even see what happened? He just started bleeding from his skull. I didn't really see what happened.
Yeah, I think Braun speared both of them through a table and he got screwed up somehow.
He was bleeding before.
Yeah, no, you're right. I have no idea what happened.
Yeah, it was just like he went to hit LA Knight and then he didn't. And then he like, I think maybe took a spear, maybe.
Oh, you know what he did? He did take a spear. He might have yeeted too hard.
Maybe.
No, I think you're right. He maybe on the spear he got hurt. I don't know.
That's the only thing that makes sense. Then you also had the it was a match. Who cares? WWE Women's World Title match. Stephanie Valkyrie defeats Io Sky.
Yeah, really great match. Rules. Shouts out to them because as everyone said, I guess,
including the pay-per-view provider.
Yeah. Without this match, the rest of the show would have been stinkage.
And let's also keep in mind, Scotty, this match was not supposed to exist.
No,
it was supposed to be Stephanie Valkyrie versus Naomi, which, look, no offense to Naomi, but she is not Io Sky.
No, she is not. Most people aren't, though, to be fair.
That's true.
You know, as a respect thing. Yeah, I mean, this match was great. Shocker.
The alternate reality where this match is Stephanie Valkyrie versus Naomi, and ESPN gives it a D. A D for demand.
It's really cool that they're going with Stephanie Valkyrie.
Agreed. I mentioned that in the preview. That it's like, look, make a star, and look, and how do you make a star? By wrestling a match.
Wrestling a match against a fellow great wrestler. Like obviously, like the build to this was bad because I guess Stephanie was sick or something. They said, but it didn't matter because you knew the match was what it was about, and they put on a show. I mean, Io is still comfortably one of the very few best in the world. She just has WWE shackles on her at times.
Yeah.
So it stops her from being in those conversations, I think, as much as she should be at the end of the year. But you put her in a big match, she delivers. And she didn't win. That I no longer have to root against Io Sky winning anymore. We have made it. We're almost there, guys. A month away.
Yeah.
A month away from a match that I've been waiting forever for. We're almost there.
Yeah. To the promise.
Not official yet. We're on, and Io will be fully unlocked, fully unshackled, much like she was a year ago. That kind of led to her kind of big boom in WWE was just, that performance. Not that I'm saying they watched it and were like, oh, we got to push her, but it seems like she got a lot of confidence from that and ran with it. And now she's in an actual like story without the title, which is shocking. I don't think she's ever had one of those. So very happy for her. But Io's awesome. And that the Sky Twist or whatever the frick Stephanie Vaquera was awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
And yeah, the rest of the show happened.
Yeah. The rest of the show, I actually didn't see the rest of the show. So Scotty, have you
I
had
did.
any thoughts? I did see clips of this next match. AJ Lee and CM Punk defeat the Vision, Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins.
So a lot of people are gonna look at like the slap thing.
Oh, that's the clip I saw.
Yeah,
the windmill arms. I'm like,
I saw a lot of that, and I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, she's not good." She did well. Like I'm gonna say this, AJ Lee.
We need a close look here. There's a 30-minute match. How was AJ Lee?
Oh, AJ Lee was the best part of the match by a lot. CM Punk and Seth Rollins felt the need to have their fucking 20-minute snooze fest before that. Before she finally got tagged in. She also took what bump did she take? She took a bump from Seth. I don't remember what it was. She still bumps her ass off. Like that has not changed. Which was a big talking point for us. The offense will get there, but I think Becky's again the right person for her to do this. There's a little rest here and there. Yeah, get the chop thing, whatever. But there was enough there that I feel pretty good about her return. Like I think she's gonna be solid, enjoyable. I think she's gonna be fine. And I definitely wouldn't base it off clips. The match itself is kind of whatever because again, it's 20 minutes of Seth Rollins snooze fest, so that sucks. But I liked what Becky and AJ did. Yeah. AJ did stomp Seth, I think, at one point. That popped me. But yeah, I think she did well, all things considered. She took a decent amount of bumps too, which I kind of was wondering about. And the main event stunk.
Cody Rhodes defeats Drew McIntyre, 17 minutes.
Stunk. Unbelievably forgettable match. Don't even know what happened. I think there was
speaking of the crappiness of the John Cena title reign and the heel turn and everything, this second reign for Cody Rhodes is so forgettable.
Well, it's busy doing Street Fighter.
That's true.
But part of it, like, I guess to write him off for Street Fighter, they had like Drew Claymore kick his head through the announce table once. I don't know. They were explaining it to me on commentary. I don't know when this happened.
Remember that. I don't.
Either way, Cody was selling it like he still had like concussion issues. So he'd like stop himself and be like, and I'm like, oh
my brain. He was me last Sunday.
Yeah, I was watching. Had I known you had a migraine, I could have been like, oh, he's mimicking Ryan. Yeah, no, this match stunk. It was boring. No juice, as we talked about in the preview. And it's and now guess what? Crown Jewel's next. That means you get Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins for the Crown Jewel Championship because that's still a thing.
Oh yeah, that's why they're doing champion versus champion.
Yep.
So then what's the women's one? It's
Tiffany versus Vaquer.
Okay.
Unless Tiffany loses on SmackDown, I guess. I guess she's wrestling Nia and Jade.
Oh, well.
So Ryan was like, oh, that would be pretty. Oh.
Yeah, it should just be the Tiffany match. Let's just stay there. Let's just do that. All right, well that's not too bad.
And that's WrestlePalooza.
We'll wrap it up real quickly. We mentioned last week in the preview that this was the battle between another battlefield versus AEW versus WWE. Any big takeaways? I guess did we learn anything from this? Is that I don't know. What did we learn from this battle last Saturday? AEW still has good wrestling. WWE is overbooked.
WWE, yeah.
AEW might just want to continue having these morning shows.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for my sanity, I prefer it. Yeah, I think what we've reached, right, is I think we've reached a point with uh WWE where you and me may just be able to skip pay-per-views eventually.
We're only talking Wrestlepalooza because of the ESPN stuff. Are we going to talk about Crown Jewel? I don't know. Probably not.
Don't need to. Unless we have nothing that week. That's kind of the only way WWE shows are going to come up anymore, I think.
Yeah.
Or if it's like Mania, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, the only one I know for a fact that we're going to discuss between now and the end of the year is the John Cena show.
Right. Yeah.
Other than that, I cannot tell you. I can see if I can pull up their
Survivor
schedule.
Series.
Yeah, I mean, even then, Survivor Series has gotten so down there, like it doesn't really pop any sort of anything anymore.
And it's just War Games.
Yeah, it's just War Games now.
So I rather drive my head through a wall instead, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, the only other pay-per-views they have announced so far for the rest of the year is literally just Crown Jewel and Survivor Series. And obviously they have some Saturday Night main events, but who cares?
And the Cena, well, the Cena one's a Saturday Night main event.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Yeah. So
that's in DC. Cool. Hold on, that show's in DC.
Yeah.
What happened to the Boston show? That not happening whatsoever.
Boston didn't give them enough money, so they gave us a Raw or something.
Yeah, Boston has a Raw month prior.
That will be Cena's last Boston appearance.
Interesting.
So I'm sure he'll do like an impromptu match again on there, like he did with whatever.
It's also Capital One Arena. I mean, that's like the biggest arena, but like that's not that big.
That's WWE for you at this stage. Oh, how much money do you have?
I don't know. WrestleMania.
The fact that John Cena is not getting like his own big show is stupid.
I think that sums up the entire John Cena retirement tour.
I think it sums up WWE and how much
it's
they
just
suck.
a Saturday night's main event, and it's in DC of all places.
I don't want to bring it up because he's not very good at booking retirement stuff either. But Redacted would have booked this way better.
I genuinely agree. I hate saying it. Genuinely, I do agree.
He would have booked John better.
Because I think he understands John, the character more.
He also would have never turned him heel.
Agreed. That would have legitimately helped.
Made it better by default. Yeah. No, I don't want to ever bring that guy up or give him any
praise in any capacity.
Yeah, though TKO did a pretty good job at that recently. They're like, well, Vince liked that families could afford the shows, and we don't feel that way. It's like, do you guys hear yourselves?
brother, they're doing the same thing that the Democratic Party did to themselves, getting away from the blue collar worker. Going after corporations at this point. And we didn't even talk about a Rise or whatever the fuck that one match was sponsored by.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know if that did they do anything different with the ring in any capacity. I don't think
so. Not that I noticed.
No one was wearing the dumb little necklaces either. Like I was just like looking around, like no one's doing anything here.
All right, anyways. I've had enough WWE.
All right, CMLL. Let's talk CMLL. I'll go through the entire card here because I don't really have any big thoughts on CMLL other than you look AEW 12,000. WWE 14,000, CMLL 16,000.
You got that right. Oh, they're gonna win. They should probably win Company of the Year if you want to do like business metrics and stuff.
David. I think Dave is truly considering it.
I mean,
he doesn't do promotion of the year, right? We the voters vote for that.
Yeah, but he said they should be considered at least
heavily considered at this point.
I think like.
Great year for CMLL business wise.
Depending how you vote, some people just vote like best wrestling.
Yeah, which is fair. I get it.
Some people vote business metrics, and then some people are in the middle. Okay, if you're in the middle, one company runs away with it. It's CMLL. Like, there you go. If you're on one side or the other, it's like, okay, they at least have a qualification in both too.
Yeah.
Like,
and in business
CMLL
metrics, they're two, maybe. There might be one. They could be two.
They're probably two because WWE has so many major shows.
Yeah.
But like attendance throughout the year is going to be close.
They had the biggest show of the weekend.
Yeah, damn right they did. And they fucking ended it with Esfinge.
Well, let's talk about the matches here. So I'll go through the entire card. You didn't watch the show, did you?
I only watched a couple. I didn't get to the main one.
Okay, perfect. Well, the show was thus: CMLL World Women's Title match, La Jarachita and Luvia defeat Persephone and Reina Isis. CMLL World Tag Team Title, Angel de Oro and Niebla Roja defeat El Hijo de Villano 3 and Villano 3 Jr. That Villanos, I love the Villanos. It was a fun match. Best 2 out of 3 falls match. Atlantis Jr. gets booed out of their building. Teaming up with Massacre Dorado and Neon, defeating Hechicero, Volador Jr. and Zandokan Jr.
This will shock you. This was fun.
Good little match. The Copa Independencia, the Independent Cup final match. Templario and Titan defeat Barboza and Defunto. Big Defunto guy over here. Every once in a while, I feel like I pick like a low mid card kind of person. Like there's like Saya Ida, and like
name another one.
Defunto. I'm taking off my socks in spirit for
Get
Defunto.
the dogs out.
Gotta let the dogs out.
That's crazy.
Hair versus hair match. This is me during the middle of a migraine. Felino versus Ray Bucanero. Double DQ. Both get their head shaved bald. Well, kind of. I think Ray Bucanero.
That's how that ended.
Yeah, double DQ. The match ends with both the guys at the same exact time giving each other a low blow.
That's booking.
Genuinely,
right there.
I really enjoyed that finish. That was a very fun, interesting finish to have as the end of a hair versus hair, and then have both guys lose their hair. I thought
it was different.
I thought it would have been like a double DQ and like neither of them lose their hair. But the fact that it was both double DQ, both lost their hair, I was like, yes, that's cool. That's fun. It wasn't like a great match by any imagination, but it was like an imaginative finish that was fun for me to watch.
It's cool. It's fun. It's number one.
Well, not really. Because this next match was probably the number one match of the show, and that was the CMLL World Lightweight Heavyweight title match versus Mask. Mystico defeats MJF, keeps his mask, wins the title.
Can I just shout out Andrade real quick?
Sure.
Andrade just tweeting, it's hair versus mask, you pussy. MJF.
I saw him tweet, who won?
He was like, he was pretty much saying, Mystico better have won, buddy. I'm taking that mask. If anyone's taking that mask.
I assume this is the one you watched.
No, this is the only one I haven't watched.
Really?
Well, I didn't watch Felino. I'm not watching Esfinge. But like, out of the stuff I wanted to see, I saved this and I didn't get to it because I want to sit down and watch it like full focus.
That's fair. Look, you have to support Esfinge just like his girlfriend in the crowd.
Absolutely not. Esfinge's terrible, and the fact that they keep pushing him might take away from their promotion of the year ballot.
Mystico MJF was great. It has exactly what you would have expected in a blood feud. Like the FTR Adam Copeland match that I would have wanted. It got bloody. Maybe in the Mystico rather got bloody.
The fact that it got bloody at all is a noteworthy thing to say to begin with, because it's not like allowed in CMLL or in Mexico.
It got bloody maybe in the first 2 minutes. Beautiful. And this match went 17 and a half.
That's awesome. That's perfect amount of time too.
Yeah, perfect length. So much what you expect from Mystico. The underdog bleeding buckets all over the place. You know, MJF just doing picture perfect spots. Crowd fully on board, literally with every single thing Mystico was doing. This guy, big stumbler Mystico, just like wobbling all over the place.
Mystical.
Yeah, just exciting. Just exciting to see these two guys wrestle. MJF, great performance. Mystico, obviously another all-time performance for Mystico. It felt like a classic Lucha Libre match, which is what was great about it, Scotty. It felt like I was watching a match from like the 90s. It was just perfect. It was just perfect.
That's what you want out of a match like that. When a mask is on the line, I feel like you want that 90s feel.
It felt massive. And they wrestled massively, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been the Mystico guy here, Mystico rules. And the fact that I feel like he got redemption by the sounds of it for last year, not that it was his fault.
Yeah. Which is, I think, partly why it wasn't the main event.
And it's worth giving credit to MJF, as much as I hate doing that. He's found his calling, and it's not an AEW.
I could tell you that.
But being that guy for someone like a Mystico is perfect. And I would love the idea of somewhere down the line working towards a big Dorada MJF mask versus hair actual match. Because, the young talent idea of it, building that up to it. But it's awesome to hear just that Mystico did the damn thing.
Yeah. I think the next thing MJF needs to do is go to New Japan.
Sure.
Why not? They could use
New
it.
Japan's already bad. So
yeah, they could use it.
Make it worse.
I don't know what. I mean, honestly, the only person you can really do this with is Tanahashi, and you can't do that, right? So I can't really speak to who would be the next
Goto.
Best. No. Pass.
Why?
You said Shota?
Goto. Hiroki Goto.
Yes. Hiroki Goto. I thought you said Shota Umino.
God, no.
No.
Shota Umino.
No. Hiroki Goto.
I like your answer, though. No.
No, pass. Hiroki Goto is probably the best person you can do with it at this point. But you need to do something. I think at this point you should do something like that. Just take this match style and just basically do it in New Japan. Why not? Who cares? It'll be fun. Why not? Then the rest of the show, none of us watched it yet. Was the three-way tag match. Losers face each other for mask versus match. It was the winners. The winners, Esfinge and Valiente, win the match. I always forget because it's the winners that go on to be in the mask versus mask because you want to take a guy's mask. They defeat a team of Dragon Rojo Jr., El Barbaro Cavernario, and Averno and Ultimo Guerrero. Mask versus match. It ended up being Esfinge defeating Valiente. This has been sort of a, there was like a 4-way or 5-way or something many moons ago that has been slowly but surely, Scotty, slowly but surely been boiling it down to these two guys, Esfinge and Valiente. Partly I think they should have been not the main event. I think the MJF Mystico match should have been the main event. It's not a big deal, but I think it should have. This match being the main event, if you want to give it anything, it was built over the course of several years. And they finally paid it off. Valiente loses his mask. Birth name Fernando Vega, age 51, from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. Obviously, his daughter Hera and Olympia. I believe Olympia was wearing his mask the next day, I believe on Saturday. So nice little bit here. I guess we didn't see the match, but good for them. I'm certainly gonna watch the rest of it probably later this week or so. Anyways,
good for them.
Good for them. Let's preview Destruction.
No.
What?
Sandokan Jr.'s got to get knee surgery.
Oh, that legitimately sucks. Oh no. That does suck.
Pour one out.
When's Soberano Jr. coming back? Speaking of,
he made an appearance recently. I think he's coming back by the end of the year.
I can't wait.
They're gonna add Soberano Jr. and Andrade by the end of the year. God bless.
Good.
God bless. I can't wait for Andrade.
First off, you can catch him at House of Glory, I believe. So stay tuned.
Ooh.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Let's preview.
There was a TNA report. I'm not going to talk about right now. But
is it the thing that's going around?
They're opening an investigation.
They should.
Sports Illustrated.
They should.
Yeah.
Not going to talk about it, but they should. Destruction in Kobe this Sunday. Kobe World Memorial Hall, of course, for New Japan.
This show's a stanky one.
Ready for the card, Scotty?
I would like to just say, on Saturday, Azumi and Saya Kamitani go 1-on-1 for the top their 2 belts. Watch that instead of this show. Thank you.
Yes. What's the name of the show? That Stardom show?
Korakuen. It's just
Korakuen. Then the name of the show is, what is it? Niter? A Niter in Korakuen?
Nope. It's not a night show. So no.
Oh, what the fuck? A dayer? A dayer in Korakuen?
It's a great time for me. Oh boy.
What is this? An AEW pay-per-view?
I'm looking at this card for New Japan.
Don't look at it. I'll give it to you.
All right.
First match. Get into it. Yoshihashi. Yuya Uemura. We're back. Shota Umino. We're gone.
Fuck you.
versus Evil.
Yeah.
Dig Togo.
Sure.
Sonata.
Can I just say I watched the G1 final after like a month, right?
What?
I watched it like a month after it happened. I just forgot about it, then didn't care.
Yeah.
Evil was phenomenal in that match.
Thank
I
you.
want to say that.
I was on a lone island and everyone would be like,
but I'm going to double down. He was the better wrestler in the match. His performance was outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Outstanding, and he deserves more respect from people. Shouts out to the big man one time. Thank you for bringing him up. Evil rules. Moving on.
Legitimate dream match that no sane person will ever book, but you
Evil
and I would
versus
book.
John Cena.
No.
That would have saved the retirement tour.
Legitimate dream match, Scotty. No sane person would book.
Evil versus Mystico.
Evil versus Mystico.
Yeah.
In Arena Mexico. Legitimately, I think that would be great. I think
that'd be phenomenal.
I think that would be legitimately great.
You're cooking with gas. Ryan Knights, he never forgets. You're cooking with gas.
All right. Gotta move on. Next match. Second match. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Great Khan. Yeah, that's sneaker.
That's a shame.
Is that match worse or better than this next one? Never open weight title match. Bolton Oleg defending his title defense versus Don Fale.
Dear God. Oddly intrigued by that thing. That match. We'll call it a match. I'm not gonna watch it. Maybe, probably not, because we'll have recorded and I won't want to watch it by the time that I get around to it. But Oleg will pick him up, so that'd be cool.
If the match is sub 8, then it's like, yeah, maybe I'll throw it on. Yeah,
that's fair.
Next match. Look at a vibe check. So far, what's the vibe check on the show? Destruction Kobe. Next match, fourth match, IWGP Tag Team Title match.
Yeah, now we're here. Now we're talking.
Taichi and Tomohiro Ishii first defense versus Oscar and Yuto Ice.
You're goddamn right. Bomberclot.
Was it last week where you're like, we don't talk about Yuto Ice enough on the show?
It's true. Has he had a match yet? Like, have they? Oh yeah, he did. He's
wrestled a couple times. That's the Bomberclot. That's where we got the Bomberclot from.
Oh, I can't wait, dude. I love that guy. I always thought Yuta Nakashima was going to be a beast anyways, but now that he's Yuto Ice, give him the world's title.
I can't wait.
I hope this match is good. Like,
I can't wait for this guy in 30, 40, 50 years to join Natural Vibes.
Jesus.
I'm giving him a good reign. I'm giving him a good length of time.
There you go. You put him in a good faction. Shouts out. Congrats.
It makes sense. Next up, special singles match. I don't know why it's a special singles match. Don't know why it's happening here. Maybe if rumors are to be believed, maybe there's a reason why this is a special singles match happening here, Scotty. Hiromu Takahashi versus Taichi Ishimori.
Oh, it's just a match? Like, it's just happening?
Just a match.
Oh, Hiromu's leaving. That's sick.
Yeah, if the rumors are to be believed, I
you're
think Hiromu's leaving.
GHC Junior Heavyweight Champion, baby.
Yeah, great match by the way. I don't know if you checked that match out. Great match.
For Noah, you just complimented Hiromu. Maybe your secret is Hiromu outside of New Japan.
It was what, Hiromu versus Yohei as well.
You liked that, yeah, and you don't like Yohei, and you like the Kyle Fletcher one too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you just get him out of New Japan Pro Wrestling, which, to be fair, that's kind of how I feel about most people.
Yeah, some people just Orange Cassidy.
That
guy could leave.
I want to get Gabe Kidd out of New Japan Pro Wrestling for other reasons, but
yeah, I'm looking at this. I mean, it's sort of confusing with the next match, but for this match, like especially with the history of Taiji Ishimori, it definitely feels like okay, Hiromu's leaving.
It's definitely a big signal of something's happening.
I agree, fully agree.
Oh, it's just the way he said it. Man.
Can I also point out every match so far, other than every match so far, other than the Tanahashi Great Okan match, has either has the House of Torture or War Dogs.
That's New Japan in 2025.
Speaking of a special singles match, Yota Tsuji versus David Finlay.
Well, at least we have one good match. Guaranteed. Because that's what these two do, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, this should be a good match. It is interesting, again, like the Hiromu leaving vibes are all-time high for that fifth match. But that sixth match, Yota Tsuji versus David Finlay, I don't know. That's just a weird match to have. Like,
could
why?
Be an unofficial number one contenders type thing.
Could be. That makes sense.
For the global or heavyweight title?
Maybe. How many more defenses do we have for Zach before Takeshita?
This is the last one.
So
like maybe it's the winner of this match is the Wrestle Kingdom match.
Ooh, that. Don't know if that's true, but
I'm just riffing.
That gets me a tune in. I'll tell you that much.
You were going to tune into this match anyways. Out of all the matches on the show, this was the one. But yes,
read me like a fucking book. Next match,
more like Ren you like a no.
That's the main event, semi-main event. IWGP Global Heavyweight Title match. Gabe Kidd second defense against Shingo Takagi.
Who gives a shit? You know, like. Does anyone else feel that way? Because I do.
This year for Gabe Kidd started off so incredibly strong. And he's had a really solid year as well. And then he gets to the point where he finally wins the global title, wins the title.
And pissed it all away.
And he has what? And in the moment he does that, he has already 1 foot out the door.
Yep. He's not even hiding it though. That's the crazy part.
Like, who gives a shit?
At least like, you know, others hit it. He just went all in. And also, I don't really care about Shingo right now. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
New Japan stinks, huh?
What's that?
New Japan stinks, huh?
Yeah. I think Shingo, he's not the next guy, but he's like down the line of like an AEW signed talent. You know what I mean? When he wants to quote unquote retire, you know?
I mean, I think he'll be old. I think if anything, he'll just do like the Ishii thing.
He should do that.
He's already older.
Or bump down.
He should just go back to Dragon Gate.
I think he should go back to Dragon Gate. They could use him. They could certainly use him.
Yeah, I mean, they have that bum as their world champion right now.
I also just think
Kuda. Oh, sorry, I had to get that in there.
I just don't also want to point out because I think it's funny that Gabe Kidd is part of John Moxley's faction before Shota Umino. Anyways, moving on.
Well,
just noticed that. Just thought about that.
One of those guys they want to sign.
Good. I mean, I'll take Gabe Kidd in a heartbeat.
I think Gabe Kidd's gonna be such a bad TV personality.
He's gonna be too much. He has to figure out how to dial.
Gonna be. He already is.
Remember that time he came out on the pay-per-view when he was like crawling backstage? I'm like,
yeah,
what are you doing?
Like, why are you
too much? Calm down. What are you doing? What is your thing? Anyways, main event. Who gives a shit about I mean, this match is interesting because of Ren Narita's G1 tournament.
It was good in the G1.
It was good in the G1, but IWGP World Heavyweight Title match: Zack Sabre Jr. versus Ren Narita.
I hope Ren Narita wins. All hail the house.
Oh boy.
The original house, not the added members of recent times.
Yeah.
The original house.
We got the OGs in here.
The OG house.
Give me some House of Torture Wolfpack up in here.
With the song. They should come out to the exact song.
I want Red Narita in a red Sting face paint.
He will do that with his own blood. He proved that once, actually.
Yeah, that is accurate. That is accurate.
Shout out to Ren. This is fine. I don't care about Zach. That's my main problem. Like, I don't get. You could have told me he was facing evil here, and I've been,
I mean, that would give me a little more juice.
Of course, because evil. And he's evil.
But it's one of those things of it's just a holdover before we get to the Takeshita match. So it's like, I mean, this whole show I think is kind of stinky.
The whole show is a holdover.
There's like maybe 2 matches that I'm jazzed for: the tag title match and the
Suge.
Then the Big Suge Finley match.
I'm
to a certain degree, I guess Hiromu Ishimori.
I'm by default intrigued by what that comes from. That's not just going to be a match.
Yeah,
I
would love for Suji Finley to be like, look, if Hiromu is leaving, I would love for Suji Finley to be like the creation of a new faction. That's something. Do
you know Desperado defends the belt in like a few hours?
Yes, he does. And they had a junior tag title match this morning.
Your boy, the junior tag titles match is on the same show.
I thought it already happened.
Oh, I forgot Doki was part of the House of Torture. Never mind. Okay, everyone in the House of Torture rules except for Dawn and the other one.
Yeah, it's the IWGP Doki and Show versus Kosei Fujita and Robbie Eagles. And then, of course, main event, IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, El Desperado versus Yo.
In a universe where those two are allowed to wrestle, that match could have been sick.
Yeah, that happens in like 12 hours. So stay tuned for that one.
Definitely less than 12.
Yeah. Well, that's it for this week's episode of Ring Post Radio. New Japan, big old stinky poo-poo right now. That's just been its year, is what it is.
Well,
the N1 finals happened this morning. I doubt you saw the N1 finals.
I heard it was good.
Yeah. Kiyomiya versus Jack Morris.
Masa Kiyomiya finally won something.
Mm-hmm.
Totally had nothing to do with Ozawa getting hurt.
Totally unrelated.
But I heard Jack Morris had a good tournament.
Yeah. Look, he's a good wrestler. He
also said, I don't know if you saw this. He also said he's not leaving till he wins the GHC title.
Oh boy, he's winning it next month. That's great news. Maybe bad business news for Jack Morris, but to me that's great news.
I also heard the junior heavyweight match was crazy.
The Hiromu?
No. The Alpha Wolf and Dragonbane versus Alejandro and Kai Fujimura.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I have to still check that out. Like I said, I was catching up from my weekend of migraines, so I have not caught up fully.
I'm talking about a match that sounds awful. Yoshitatsu versus Daga.
Fucking Christ. Gotta move on. All right. That is it for this week's episode of Ring Post Radio. We'll be back next week to discuss Destruction in Kobe. Match as well. And I guess preview, if you can believe it, probably nothing really to preview.
Sick.
Or a crossover?
That's just in China, so no.
And not a preview, but the week after that we'll be reviewing the Smashing Machine.
Oh, little movie time.
Look, it's that or talking about historic crossover, previewing Crown Jewel, or previewing Bound for Glory.
Historic crossover is probably not even going to air.
Yeah, that's the other problem.
We can review. Oh, we can preview Bound for Glory. That thing looks like a pile of. Yeah,
I have not even looked at the card yet.
Well, here's the thing. I know the Hardys versus the Dudleys is happening.
Oh, yeah. Well, I should be excited for the best tag team in the world.
We are gonna watch that. We have to watch that.
I can't get you to watch TNA at any point during this year, but you're down to clown for the Hardys versus the Dudleys in 2025.
Listen, you're making me watch Edge and Christian, so I'm gonna watch that too.
We gotta finish the triumvirate. We gotta
get Edge and Christian into TNA. That's what we actually.
Oh God.
Holy man. Shit! You want to hear this? No.
No, we gotta save it for.
No, but you have to know what the Knockouts title match is.
Is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen or?
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's so bad.
It's got to be Ash by Elegance.
It's Ash by Elegance versus Indy Hartwell.
Wait, okay. Did you? I don't think you did. You respond to my Slack message from earlier today? Speaking of TNA.
I saw it. When I was talking to you, I read it and I was like, wait a minute, what is this? And then I remember what day it was, and I was like, oh fuck, that's awful.
The PWI 500 came out, and we all know the gimmick. It's kayfabe stuff. It's in a weird time period that no one remembers.
Yeah.
But even then, G1, I think in the time period, G1 Climax winner, double dome main eventer, IWGP champion, Zack Sabre Jr., one notch below one of the worst push wrestlers in any modern company, Joe Hendry.
The run of Joe Hendry at 12, Zack Sabre Jr. at 13, Oba Femi at 14, CM Punk at 15, Bandito at 16, and Konosuke Takeshi at 17 is fucking incredible. Like, that is an all-time order of like who's ranking this.
That's a dream blunt rotation if I've ever heard one.
Whose dream?
Not CM Punk's, I'll tell you that much.
Because the moment you say that guy's name, you're gonna want to kill someone. He's just gonna give you the stupid face. Okay, guys, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, Scotty, give me some plugs. Give me your match of the week.
No. All right. When was the last time we had a show?
Jeez. What do you mean? Last Sunday.
Feels like forever.
Well, I guess not last Sunday, but
last Sunday, but not last Sunday.
Last Sunday, but not last Sunday. This is my new rap.
Jesus Christ.
End the show.
I'm trying. Let me talk.
Let me talk to you.
I'm not gonna find the button.
Yeah. Look, this is shit that
people. We should just end the show.
No, we have bits to do. I love the boo. That's my favorite one. I love the boo. You could do both.
You do them at the same time?
You move the sound effects. Can we just drag and drop them? No, you can't. That stinks. You should be able to drag and drop them into background music.
I was going to start doing fucking remixes over
here. Scotty, match of the week. Give me some matches.
I'm locked in. I got tears in my eyes. My match of the week. I feel like no. Fun. What did I watch this week? Oh, you know what? We talked about most of the stuff I watched this week.
Me too.
So I'm gonna go with.
Just gonna pull up the Dynamite card to try to find something.
I'm in trouble. I can't find anything. Help.
Oh God.
Help. I'll do the match that Mariah announced. She's leaving. It was just a tag match, but I have nothing. I literally watched. That's the only other show I watched this week. That we didn't talk about. So yeah, Mariah's leaving. That's something I covered on my YouTube channel. Cheap plug. YouTube.com/@ScottyWrestling. That's where all of my stuff is now. I am putting together a podcast feed for some of like my reviews on there and stuff. So if you like to listen in the podcast version, that will be available soon. But otherwise, YouTube.com/@ScottyWrestling. That's where I'll put all my content together. It was supposed to be this nice big start last week, and then I got sick. and I'm still getting over my sickness. But I did get a video out about Mirai and the thought process of that, and where both sides will go, and so on and so forth. So check that out, and I'll see you on the flippity flip.
My match of the week is just going to be Masquerade Dorado versus Beast Mortos on Dynamite. Great match, great lucha stuff. Dorado is great. Plugs. Excuse me. Follow. I just burped. My plugs are going to be that you can listen to Ring Post Radio wherever you get podcasts. Subscribe to the Countout Network YouTube channel. Subscribe to all of our podcasts under the umbrella of the Countout Network.
Umbrella.
I think I already plugged this. Did I? I don't remember because my brain exploded. From what is a migraine? I think it's a lack of blood pressure. I think is what it is.
What is a migraine?
What is a migraine?
A headache of varying intensity.
Oh, interesting.
Often accompanied by nausea and sensitivity to light and sound.
Well, that's what the symptoms are. But what is it? Like what?
Migraine headaches are sometimes preceded by warning symptoms.
Auras. Those are auras. Or at least my version.
No, they're actually hormonal changes, certain foods and drinks, stress, and exercise.
Oh, I'm not stressed. I've never been stressed in my life.
That's crazy.
The ballot, most recent episode of the ballot came out 2 weeks ago. At this point, Steve Gray was the episode. Great episode. The ballot itself is out. Dave has released.
Here's something funny.
Sure.
I thought Steve Gray was the guest for about half of the time you've been talking about it.
That's hilarious. No, the guest was Tony Earnshaw. So go check that out. He's a guy that's actually written books on British wrestling. So British wrestling historian for sure. Go check that out. The ballot itself is out. The Wrestling Observer newsletter ballot is out. I believe it's due November 8th, I believe is the due date for that. So there's a couple months. So look, if you're someone that's interested in the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame, or especially if you're a voter, go check out the ballot. We have nearly every single new nominee of the Wrestling Observer ballot has a dedicated episode discussing their case in good detail, in great detail, I even argue, with great guests. I have literally, Scotty, 2 episodes of the ballot I'm recording this weekend. I have guests planned for both of them. Legitimately 2 guests that I'm extremely excited about. I don't exactly know. I know when one of those episodes are going to come out, and it's the last episode regarding Masaki Mochizuki. That's coming out October 8th. The other one, I don't exactly know when it's come out, but I'll figure that out and I'll let you know. But as of right now, I'm recording 2 more episodes. One with Masaki Mochizuki, one with regarding Sweet Daddy Siki. He was just put on. He's a new person, never been before on the ballot. He just got put on in the historical U.S. and Canada section by Dave. He passed away in December, I believe, from dementia, which is just tragic. So we'll be talking about him. And then an episode. So Mochizuki, Sweet Daddy Siki. Maybe I can get a Bill Mercer episode out there before November 8th. But I guess we will see. So until then, there'll be a lot more ballot coming at you down the pipe. Speaking about pipe, that's where the sound cue would come in. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this week's episode of Ring Post Radio. I'm sorry. So until next week, we'll be back presumably on Sunday. I presume Sunday morning.
Sunday morning, rain is falling.
Until then, Maroon 5. Enjoy your Taco Bell at 9.
It's Train, you bitch. Wait, no, it is Maroon 5.
It's Maroon 5, you bitch. Goodbye, everybody.